The annual Joburg Film Festival, together with the partners NFVF and the GFC last week, announced that the 2020 edition of the festival will be staged as a two-day event on the 28th and the 29th of November with a limited film selection and a huge focus on development workshops. The Joburg Film Festival, historically staged in the last week of November as a six-day festival. Bongiwe Selane, the festival director, joins us this morning for more on this year's installment. Bongiwe, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
A few changes have been made to this year's Joburg Film Festival. Just take us through those.
I think the first one, obviously, is that usually we have it over 6 days, and now we're having it over 3 days, from the 27th to the 29th. Obviously, because of just adapting to the new norm and making sure that we have a live festival compared to a virtual one. And then also the film program is very limited as well this year. Instead of like the 60 films we screened last year, we only have 3 films which were really specifically curated to deal with, I suppose, issues around displacement, which I think is an apt theme for this year.
So what's the theme you just mentioned, and the focus of the films screened this year?
So we have I suppose the film that's really been making the rounds internationally, which stars the late Mama Mary Twala, called This is a Burial. This is a burial, this is not a burial, it's a resurrection, which is going to be the first film from Lesotho to be considered for the Oscars. So that's very exciting, and it does deal with displacement thematically. We also have a film called There's Power in the Collar, directed by Lodi Masitela and Vincent Moloi. And we also have a co-production film between Canada and South Africa called Beyond Moving, all of them dealing with people who are kind of separated. And I think it's, right now we are in a space where we can't be with the people that we love and having to separate. These films have really done the rounds International Film Festival, and we're really, really honored to have them.
And the Youth and Audience Development Program will host a one-day workshop for aspiring filmmakers. And please share more details on this.
Of course. So I suppose that's also one of our big changes this year. The Youth and Audience Development Program usually runs over 5 weeks in different regions of Gauteng, where we bring together the youth between the ages of 18 and 30, sharing skills. We run workshops, we screen movies, we have quite a lot of interaction, bringing in film experts to share knowledge and skills. And this time around, we're having just a one-day event, and we'll be having that at the Joburg Theatre. And we'll be busing in the entrance, the students who literally responded saying we're interested to come. We'll go fetch them from the different regions and have a one-day workshops with 2 master classes. And then that day will culminate in a screening of a film. And the focus on that this year is going to be around digital filmmaking. Obviously, for the youth, it's something that's accessible. And we know that, the way we're making films is changing, and we really want to encourage them to move on to the new ways of how we now going to start making movies, I suppose. And at its core also, it's about, sharing an appreciation for film, for African film and local content. That's why we want to screen movies, have the director of the film talk about them. Really, it's an inspiring day that we hope, will end up being that. And also a day of knowledge and skills sharing and all that, yeah.
How many participants can you actually accommodate, and how will they be selected?
So they have to respond to a WhatsApp and go into our Instagram and say that we want to be part of this. We're running it differently. Usually they would have had to submit a video that they've created, a short film, I suppose, that they've shot on their cell phones and all that. But this time around, we're just saying, let's come together Let us know if you're interested. And there is actually a WhatsApp line. I think it's actually 067 7701 and they could put their names and then also say that the age that they are.
Please share that number again.
067 770 1574.
Okay.
Yeah.
And over the 2 days that the film festival will be hosted, what are you hoping attendees will walk away with?
No, the workshops is only 1 day, so that's the one specifically focused on the youth, and that's on the 28th. The festival program starts on the 27th, and our screening venues are Cinema Nouveau and Rosebank, as well as the Bioscope. Tickets are available on the website. There's 70 rands. You can log on either on the Bioscope website or the Stay Canico website to book for the 3 films that we're screening. The actual workshop is just specifically for the youth, and that's going to be a 1-day event on the 28th at the Joburg Theatre.
So after attending this festival, what are you hoping that the attendees will walk away with it?
I mean, festivals are really about celebrating cinema, celebrating film, celebrating, I mean, our tagline is our stories are gold. We really are rooted in making sure that people appreciate African cinema, South African cinema. So we really are celebrating these 3 films, which, as I said before, are amazing films. One, the Mary Twala, This Is Not a Burial, Is a Resurrection, is a fiction film. The other 2 are documentaries. And really, it's just coming together, watching the films, celebrating. Obviously, there's not going to be like the buzz and the big celebrations that festivals usually have of, cocktail parties and all those. Obviously, we've got to adapt to, the restrictions that we are under. But we wanted to make sure that we are present this year. This is our 4th edition, and we hope that next year things get better and we go back to really bringing a bigger film program, an industry program, which also is one of our pillars that really focuses on master classes and workshops and bringing filmmakers from around the world to come to Joburg to celebrate cinema.
Okay, and please share the log-on details as well as the details of the streaming for the virtual installment.
It's going to be recorded first, and then it will be streamed on the Joburg Film Festival website, which is www.joburgfilmfestival.co.za. It's not going to be live on the day, but I think we will make an announcement to the youth to actually, or people who want to see it, to be able to download it, as well as YouTube as well.
Okay. Great chatting to you, Bongiwe. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thanks so much.
Now this year, the Joburg Film Festival has specially curated films which will be featured and celebrated at a local cinema over the 2 days of the 2020 installment, with an opportunity for the general public to attend the screenings of these films. We just spoke to the festival director, Bongiwe Selane. Sun Parks had its annual Parks Week, where the public got the opportunity